Hi everyone! I was asked to make a whetstone case by my dad, so here I made it. It's a bit nice looking for what it is, but I hardly gift him anything, so yeah, let's see how I made it. As I like cherry, I have many small cut-off pieces from cherry wood from my past projects, so I decided to use them. Cherry isn't particularly strong against water, but still it has tight grains, so it's more than enough for the use. And yeah, this one was too thick, so I ended up shaving off a lot on the other side. I generally like 3/8 to 5/8 of an inch wood for this size of the project, or I kind of feel it's too bulky. Anyways, I'll cut dovetails on the ends, so I clean the end grain. As I like marking both tails and pins at that time, the dimensioning process is pretty critical to the marking accuracy as well as dovetail quality. Now I cut simple tenons and mortises. Actually, during this process, I cut off one piece at the tenon shoulder by accident, so I needed to make a new piece. Well, I know everyone loves marking as accurate as possible, and then cutting on the wrong line, right? Oh, yeah, I wanted to have a quarter of an inch gap on the bottom of the side pieces like the picture, but I decided to mark everything with the bottom edge as reference, and cut off the quarter of an inch waist part after the marking. It's just easier that way for me. And before cutting the dovetails, I made a curvy cutout. I started to like doing this, so I recently bought a Japanese fork shave too. I'm not sure how I can set it up, but you'll see it in the future. At this point, I also made a cutout to make a handle. One thing I'm really struggling with in the recent project is to make a nice even chamfer on the curved edge. Unlike in the video, I used a file, but I really suck at it. Moving on to the dovetail, I tried a new saw. I've heard people like using a rip-toothed back saw for dovetail, so I bought this Hozohiki, which is a rip-toothed back saw. Well, people call all back saws as dozuki in English, and most of the popular dozuki available in the US actually have universal teeth that can do both rip and crosscut. But dozuki is supposed to be a crosscut back saw. Anyways, I definitely felt it can cut straight easier, but I wonder when it comes to a little denser or more complicated grain wood. It might follow the grain. For that reason, if you need to have one detail saw, I probably recommend a dozuki with universal teeth. Oh, here, when you pound the chisel straight down, please grab the handle. I mean, I was one of them, but some people grab the blade and pound it. It looks like it's more accurate in that way, but it makes it difficult to hold the edge straight, especially when you are striking the other end of the chisel by mallet. I was actually wondering to make a summary video of what I've learned about using chisels from the past projects. So, if you are interested, please let me know. Anyways, after cleaning up the tails, all joints are done. Don't worry, they aren't perfect, but the softer wood like cherry can change the form to fill the gap. This is my least favorite process, which is glue up. I don't know why, but I'm good at gluing the wrong parts together, so I even did one simulation before the real glue up this time. Moving on to the inner case, I originally used a construction pine. It's easy to fabricate and it's fun to work with. Why originally? I made two mistakes. Here, the box joint. I basically cut the wrong lines. It was going to be like the picture, and the gaps you see were actually going to be overlap sections to make it extra tight as it's softwood. But anyways, I kept going, and it wasn't as bad as I thought, but I put the splines and it went very well. Then, this is cedar by the way. The thing is though, the pine one was 1/4 of an inch too long that didn't fit in the outer case. So, to reset my mind, I went to the Home Depot to get the cedar board and did the same process again. At least it's an upgrade to cedar, which is good against the water, but I should have noticed it to begin with. Anyways, it wasn't just a box joint, but the case had some details, so it took one extra day. And yeah, I forgot to mention, but in Japanese woodworking, when you cut the box joint, the board on the front side, usually a board on the longer side of the box has more numbers of what you call the fingers. It's almost there and now a lid. To be honest, walnut isn't the best choice as it's not strong against water, but I used it to make it look nice. At the end of the day, it's just a lid that I can easily change it. It was also about 3/4 of an inch thick, but I made it to 5/8. And after making a rabbet on the side quickly, I rubbed finishing oil and here's the final product. It was actually a nice skill build-up project. I'm pretty used to cutting this size dovetail, but the middle pin was a little bit narrow to me, so it was a good experience and I like how it looks. Like I said, the thing I struggled with the most was a chamfer on the curved line. I need to improve the consistency of the line and the angle, but overall build quality, I have no complaints about it. This cedar inner case was my favorite part of the project. And, well, my dad likes it, so it's all good. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I would be happy if you liked the video and happier if you subscribe to this channel. If you have any suggestion to my video, it's also welcome. See you!